Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this question, we are solving another problem by using log and anti-logarithm table. In fact, in this question, because all questions are varying with respect to their shapes, this question actually contains a fraction, and in fraction we have two terms which are being multiplied, and one term is such that which is being divided. And this whole expression is actually enclosed in a radical or a cube root. So what we have to do in this question, that first we should apply the logarithm. And before going into the logarithm, I would recommend that we should first convert this expression as exponential form 20.37 whole divided by 60.8 raised to power 1 by 3. And this 1 by 3, which is right in this position, my first task will be to use a logarithm law and to bring out all of this fraction out of this exponent. So what is my first task? That I will first shift this 1 by 3 in the beginning or as a multiple of log, and the rest of the fraction or the rest of the question will be 0.7214 and 20.37 whole divided by 60.8 as it is. So obviously I have used the third law, so I would quote the reference that I have done it because of this n times log n. Now you can see that in the very first step, I have used a third law first, and I have shifted this exponent, which was exponent of the whole expression. If you find a question like this one, in which the whole term of fraction or any other term is enclosed within a single exponent like this one, so always use a third law first, because you have to bring this whole fraction out of this power. So 1 by 3 will become the multiple of log, that is 1 by 3, and it will be used because of the this law. This is the third law. Normally you write it like this one. And in the very next step, now you are in a position now that you will separate two terms, like 1 by 3 will be as it is. You will place a bracket, and then you will use another law, 7214 multiply by 20.37 minus times log 60.8, like this one. So again, I have used another law. This law is, this is a law number second. The second law states that if we have a fraction, then logarithm, write it as difference of logarithms, like this one. So because of that law, I have written 60.8 as minus log 60.8, and the numerator is like as it is. The numerator itself contains a product of two terms. But at the final step, in the last step, what I would do, that these two numbers which are being multiplied with a single logarithm right here, I will convert it into sum of the two logarithms, so that then I will apply the calculator to find the logarithms. So on right hand side, I would write log 0.7214 plus log 20.37 minus log 60.8. So I have done this because of first law. So in fact, I have applied three laws in the question so far to convert this expression in such a position that now I can apply laws of, now I can apply a calculator to find the logarithm of these numbers. But I would recommend that obviously instead of performing the questions directly, you should perform all these steps to impress the reader. So 1 by 3 will be as it is, and don't forget that we are having log x on left hand side. So now we are going to use calculators to find the logarithms. So if I find log log 0.7214, this is minus 0.1418. Then I would find the log of 20.8. Log 20.8, 20.37. This is 1.3090, and minus 9 log 60.8. Log 60.8 or 80, its answer is 1.7839. So what I have done, that I have just calculated these logarithm of these three numbers, and keep it in your mind that whatever the sign is there, I would write it like this one. Only other numbers which are less than 1, like 0.72148 is less than 1. So when we will apply the logarithm, its answer will be in negative. So we will discuss this point in another video somewhere. So right now I'm just telling you that any number which is less than 1 and it is not negative. You can also see that this is a number which is less than 1, but this is not negative, because the logarithm of negative numbers does not exist. This number is only such a number which is less than 1. So when we will apply the logarithm, its answer will be in the negative, with the negative sign. So if we simplify these expressions and we find the answer so that we can write it as a single number, so it will be 1.7839 and 0.1418. If I subtract it, 1.3090, so my answer will be 0.6167. So log x equals to 1 by 3 times 0.6167. So once I will divide it by 3, this will become 0.2056. This is equals to log x. And then you will apply the logarithm on both sides. That is anti-log 0.2056. So keeping it into the calculator, after the calculations, you can see that 0.2056. I will apply the logarithm by using shift log and answer. It will return me. This is the application of anti-logarithm 1.6053. And on left hand side, log and anti-log will be cancelled, and you will get back the original question's answer that was assumed as equals to x. So this is a problem which I have solved for you. I would summarize it once again, and you can see that this is in fact a little bit lengthy questions, because I told you that the question appear as lengthy questions in your board exams. So let me summarize it once again from the very beginning. I told you that if it is a question, you have to notice the shape of the question, that this is a whole fraction which contains two terms in the numerator, one term in the denominator, and this whole expression is actually enclosed in another power, that is cube root, that is the third root, and you write it in the exponential form as 1 by 3. So the first task will be that you have to remove this power 1 by 3 as multiple of log. So you will shift this 1 by 3 with log, like I have written 1 by 3 times log, this whole expression. And this is because of the reference of third law, n times log m. I have quoted the reference. And then in the next step, you will see that this fraction is converted as a difference of two logarithms. So one is a numerator and another one is a denominator. So log of the numerator minus log of the denominator, This I have done because of this law, that is log m over n is equals to log m minus log n. So using the another law, that is the second law of logarithm. And then in the next step, what I have done is that I have used a final step or a law to explain the idea. That was these two terms which are being multiplied, its log was log of these two terms were they were converted as the sum of the two logarithms because of the first law. So I have applied three respective laws unless until I got a position for the calculation of the logarithms. So I would recommend again and again that please do perform all these steps so that you can impress the reader or impress the examiner in such a way that you can score maximum marks and you can avoid any type of mistake. So what I have done, that I have applied three laws of logarithm, quoted everywhere the references. You too should perform in the very similar way. So 1 by 3 is as it is, and I have calculated the logarithm of these three numbers. I have simplified these numbers, and then this is converted as 1 by 3, 0.6167. This is divided by 3, so this was 0.2056, and the last I have applied the anti-logarithm. So answer is 1.6053. So this was a little bit complex problem containing a fraction, because I am interested to explain that actually some procedures vary from question to question. So in this question, the whole expression was enclosed in radical sign or with some index, as you can see that. In the next problem, I will solve another complex problem that will be different from this one. That will contain a fraction, but every term will have different exponents. So I hope that you will be able to understand it. So I would recommend once again that please do practice all these questions with your own hands for better understanding. Thank you.